Hey guys, I'm standing in front of the Fan ID Center where people are getting these Fan ID cards, which are very important to access the stadiums and to access a number of points in the stadium, free metro rides, free intercity train rides and all that. Otherwise, there are also plenty of tickets being sold in the black market here around the Luzhniki Stadium. But the big news of the World Cup today was Japan beating Colombia, a much fancied Colombia team, by 2-1. Carlos Sanchez got sent off very early in the match, and that helped Japan get a man advantage and take on Shinji Kagawa scored a penalty, and then they went on and won the match by 2-1. Now the match coming up from the Spartak Stadium in Moscow is Poland versus Senegal. Remember, the African teams haven't done so well in the World Cup so far. You had Tunisia lose to England, you had Egypt lose to Uruguay, and of course you had Nigeria lose pretty comfortably to Croatia early on, a couple of days back. And so I expect Poland to be slight favourites against Senegal, although Senegal have Sadio Mane and a number of players doing very well in the European leagues. But Poland, with the likes of Lewandowski, should have an advantage to win the match. Otherwise, the big state news from here, which all of Russia, all of Moscow is waiting for, is Russia, the Group A match between Russia and Egypt. Remember, Russia thrashed Saudi Arabia in the first match with Denis Cheryshev and Golovin performing brilliantly. Cheryshev put on a man-of-the-match performance, scored 2 goals, and was the talk of the town here. And massive amount of frenzy was there in Red Square and all over Moscow. But this time against Saudi Arabia is going to be a much tougher match because you have Mohamed Salah, who many are tipping to even be the Ballon d'Or winner in the coming year, to return to the Egyptian squad. And what Salah does pretty much is that Salah brings a lot of defenders with him. He brings a lot of attention on him. So as a result, what happens is that Egypt, the other forward players of Egypt, can have more of the ball and can create more havoc. So that's the result of this match. So it should be very interesting because now people know how Russia are playing. There's a lot more pressure, a lot more expectation after that first match where they won 5-0. So there's going to be a very tight encounter, I feel, and it could end up in a draw or maybe a Russian victory. But for Egypt, they have to win this game after losing to Uruguay. This is a must-win game because now it's going to be tough for them otherwise to qualify in the next stages of the World Cup. So the big games today, after Japan narrowly beat Colombia, is Poland taking on Senegal from the Spartak Stadium, not very far from here. And of course, from St. Petersburg, at the St. Petersburg Stadium, we have Russia taking on Egypt. The first week of the FIFA World Cup is almost coming to a close, and really right now the action is building up. A lot of favourites have lost, a lot of favourites have drawn. You had Brazil drawing, you had Argentina drawing, you had Germany, of course, the world champions, losing to Mexico. And now today you had Colombia, who did very well in the last World Cup, losing their first match to Japan. So let's take it from here and see what happens in the coming stages. From my cameraman Nick and myself Suraj, it's goodbye from the Fan ID Center outside the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow.